But like you were talking about spoiling yourself with whiskey.
Yeah, so I spoiled myself with whiskey, and I had somebody stay over because they had a weird home situation.
Right.
And I also had a giant bag of gummy bears because I love those 10-pound bags of candy. It's my Achilles heel. So I had a bunch of those, and they stayed over, and they drank half of my Templeton Rye, which is, I love it, and I'm gonna share all my alcohol. But I was like, dude, you drank so much of it.
Yeah.
And then they finished off like the rest of my gummy bears, which was like,
how many pounds?
It was like a quarter of a bag left. But I was like,
that's 2.5 pounds.
I know.
That's a lot of. That's a lot.
I was so sad. And I was
that's a lot of limbs.
Well,
that he just put in his mouth. That's a lot of limbs.
It's so many bodies.
It's so many bodies.
And Templeton during Prohibition, that's a lot of human bodies.
Oh, God.
It's just bodies everywhere. It's piled up.
Bodies everywhere. It's got all this death.
Oh, it's like a food holocaust, you know?
A foodie cost.
A foodie-cost.
That sounded way more racist than it intended to be.
I know, yeah. We're only representing Muslim and Christian here. I mean, we should at least have a Jewish person to make that.
Yeah, well, sure. I meal prep sometimes, and I'll have to meal prep everything. I had some leftover pork that I was going to make for later. This person came in drunk as hell and ate my pork. And can I tell you something? I lied and said it was meant for a friend to make it really stink. And then I get condiments, eat my condiments. That's perfectly fine. That's what they're there for.
That's a sharing.
Yeah, they're sharing things. They're sharing things like milk. That's a shared product. Cheese, like a big thing of cheese.
Yeah.
That's a shared product. Like if it's a small little individual pack, maybe not. But like let's say I have a bag of like half-pound cheese and like and you have some tacos, but you put some cheese on top. That's not a dick move.
Right.
But if you like slice open I bring in like a block of cheese and then you slice it and then you eat most of it. Most of it, and or you penetrate the packaging without notifying me. That's kind of a dick move.
Ooh, that sounds like are they eating your food, or are they opening your food? Are they eating your food, or are they eating it out?
Okay. Let's put it this way: if I have a bag of chips and it's unopened right now, I should. You should be able to open it. I should be able. I bought it. I get to open.
You get first bites.
I get first bites.
Okay, yeah.
But
first and last.
First and last bites. I'm entitled to those. And by the way, don't bullshit me and give me like 1 or 2 chips as my last bites. There's a certain level in which once it hits this level.
There's so many rules.
Once it hits this level, you're forbidden from the chips.
Well,
because that's more than a serve. Because you have to at least put 75% of a serving.
Okay, well, how's this? You're not entitled to more than I eat from it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get that.
If we're both sharing from it, half and half, fine. But if I'm like in bed and you want a snack, 1 or 2 handfuls.
Welcome to the All Regerts podcast, a podcast about regrets with Omar Gonzalez and Sam Narani. Yes.
I went to the doctor because this was back when vaccinations were mandatory, and they were like,
"You say that like that's a bad thing."
I think it's great. I'm just amazed that those are the words I had to say. This is back when vaccinations were mandatory. Like, they sent you home with a note that says, little Junior is missing X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And if they don't get it by blah, then fuck you. They're not coming
This was back in the day when you didn't murder your children.
Well, no, we
that
had
kind of sounds like what
we
you're
had that weird American lady who looked like Princess Diana that like drowned her kids or whatever. She shot her kids in the car. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, I'm a celebrity now. My kids.
Okay.
So, no, we were murdering kids back then, but in a different way. We've evolved to biological warfare now, which is fucked up.
I would have just said through cars, but okay.
Yeah, we went from the automobile to vaccinations. So we took the day off of school, me and my sister, and we went to go to the doctor to get all our vaccinations. And I was in the doctor's office by myself, and it was this Hispanic woman. And I was like, oh my God, a brown lady can be a doctor? You're not an old white guy? What?
Yeah,
so
you had trust.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to impress her, and the only way I know is to make her laugh, because that's the only way I know how to make friends right now is to make them laugh.
True.
And then they'll be nice to me and not punch me.
That's it. You'd be surprised how often that's a mechanism where it's like, yeah, I'm funny only for the sake of like, I'm doing this as a
situational.
I'm doing this because I feel like I have to.
It's a survival tactic.
Exactly. It's a survival tactic.
So I was making her laugh, and she's like getting her notes together, getting stuff, and then like, and I was like doing this stupid, who was it? Chevy Chase? No. Steve Martin.
Okay.
Or Jim Carrey. Type of stupid faces, like, that hurts
somebody
so
stop
much.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like just overact, like being a fucking drama queen about, this hurts so much, this injection. And it did hurt. I was a child, but
of course, all injections hurt. It's a needle in your body.
Yeah, but
people cry when getting a haircut.
Oh yeah, I know.
I've seen that before.
I think it's more like a mental thing, right?
Oh, exactly.
Like,
that's what they don't know. They don't know that. They think that
there's no nerves.
That's what I'm saying. They think there's nerves in the hair.
Exactly.
So when they get the buzz cut, they feel like the scalpers on their skull.
They psych themselves up too much, and they're like, "It's there, it's there." It's like
you have to calm them down. Like sometimes you have to calm kids down when they get the haircut.
Yeah.
So that was you with injections.
Oh no, I was super chill about it. I wanted to make her laugh. So I was doing like this extra. I was punching up the comedy routine, like slapsticky, and then she told me to get up on the bed thing.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is super hilarious. So I was like, hey, do I have to get naked? Because I'll tell you later, I don't swing that way. Because I thought I was Rodney Dangerfield. I was a fucking idiot child. And
you're like every dude in that situation.
Like a 9-year-old asshole little girl.
I guarantee you that doctor gets that shit all day long.
No,
all different types of males just going to old guys. I need you to sit on the bed. Oh, do I need to do this naked? Young kids. Oh, do I need to do this naked?
Okay, look. This was like in the 90s.
Okay.
I accused her of child weird shit.
Yes, child weird shit.
And being a lesbian.
Exactly.
And that was a weird thing in the 90s. Oh, she's a lesbian and she's not hot. But I thought that doctor was hot. She could have made a great 90s lesbian.
Nice.
A video vamp, if you will. She could.
Okay, she could have. A vixen girl vamp.
Yeah, she could have been a nice vixen girl, but not blonde, like a Spanish type. But anyways, she went from, haha, you're hilarious, to serious face immediately with like, I am a professional. I went to school for X amount of years.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, I don't do that.
I
don't think that's funny. And I was like, I'm a shitbag.
Okay, at what point do you just go, bitch, I'm 8?
I think of it now, but back then I was like, oh no.
You made an adult mad.
Yeah, that. And I was like, dude.
Thought we were cool.
I was so, like, I had cousins that were like, beauty, I'm so beautiful, I need to be beautiful. And I was like, shit, I've seen old bitches that were beautiful.
Yeah.
They look old and gross.
Yeah.
I need to develop a skill. I was so terrified of not having a skill. And I was like, comedy, I need to be funny. And then that lady's like, not funny. And I was like, I took it too far. How did I fuck it up? Shit. I can't develop life skills.
You lost the room.
I lost the room.
You lost the room.
Mad.
It was the very first time you've ever lost the room. And you did not know how to deal with it back then because you were like, wait, this is foreign to me. Usually people like it when I'm funny.
Yeah.
And this time I tried to be funny and I went too far.
Yeah.
And I touched a nerve maybe. I don't know what. That could be a very much a lot of things from her perspective. What do you think was from her perspective?
Oh, I'm sure. Looking at it now and being
there's an obvious direction I'm leaning towards.
That's fair. I feel like she was a female in a man's position.
Okay.
Or a male dominated field,
yeah.
and I'm in the same route with QA bullshit and then comedy. It's a boys club for a lot of it. There are pockets of nice things for ladies, but anyways, I'm sure she dealt with a lot of bullshit from guys, especially because she was hot. She was a really, really cute doctor, and maybe they were like, oh, hey, nurse, how about you check out my undercarriage? Or whatever they said in the 90s. I don't know the slang. It was tight in with it.
I like the fact you use 90 terms like that. That's pretty cool. Cowabunga, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's right. But, I don't know. Like, I could totally see why she was upset. But also, I'm a child.
You're 8.
Yeah, I'm a stupid child. Why couldn't you just... But nobody had
patience
for kids
well, that's true. This is back when you could tell kids to shut the fuck up and they would shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was just like, you're a piece of shit, shut the fuck up, baby.
Yeah.
And they were nicer, like, towards the late 90s and early 2000s. That's when we started, like, saying, hey, remember Randy down the street, how he got smacked all the time?
Yeah.
Now he's murdering children and fucking cats. So maybe we should be nice to these.
Yeah. I remember when Omar had his self-esteem and then you just smacked the shit out of him? Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
And like, you've been around kids, right?
Yeah.
Like at different ages. Like a cousin or somebody will have a baby and you're like, oh yeah, my whatever, my niece or my nephew. And you see how in the very beginning, when they're still like, everything's new, I'm learning shit. They're like, they're so brave. They're 100%. Like, I have nothing stopping me. I'm just gonna keep going.
You don't have that experience of
rejection.
Well, that too. Yeah, you're right. Rejection, and also the fact that you don't know no better.
Right.
You don't know failure.
Exactly. You're just like,
everyone's telling you you're great. Everyone's telling you you're cute. You're beautiful. Yeah. And fucking feels great.
And then you're like, oh, okay. Well,
you're so smart.
If you don't like this, that's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody loves me. It's fine.
Look, I said 1 + 1 = 2. Everyone's like, oh, you're so smart. That's so awesome. I went and learned like a Tableau system out of scratch. I built my reports there. I get no fucking recognition. All right?
I think you're projecting about work right now. Omar.
Kind of. But I'm just saying. Like, every once in a while, I just want someone to be like, hey, Omar, you're smart. I'm like, thank you.
I get that.
I get to walk away
there.
with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
The whole point of this conversation is kind of like sometimes, you say something and it goes too far, and you know it goes too far, and you have to. And there's a point where, like, sometimes with you and your doctor, you guys had a relationship. And you took it too far. You said something that may have triggered her. Whether it would be that, like, she gets a lot, or we established she gets a lot of shit for being a female doctor, being a hot female doctor, not being respected.
Yeah,
assuming that
sounds like it,
and that's what triggered her mind to yell at an 8-year-old child. Because at some point you have to bypass that filter in your head that said, "I'm yelling at a fucking child."
Yeah, but she was also, maybe in her way, she was trying to teach me a lesson. Like, hey, maybe you should think before you speak. And I think about her all the time.
Fair.
And I'm like, I'll have a thought, and I'm like, is this okay to say out loud? Would that doctor yell at you for this? She would. Okay, keep that inside.
That may have been your intent. All right, but that may, we're describing two different things now. Oh. Her intent was to tell you that thing. The way you received it, you took that experience.
As a lesson.
You learned. You decided to learn a lesson instead of someone telling you, "Oh, shut up all the time." You're more like, "No, I should think before I speak."
Yeah.
Just to make sure I clarify and get everything out into the world.
Yeah.
And so that this situation would not happen again. And there's people like me that goes like,
"How dare you?"
Yeah. No, it's more like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." But I don't learn a lesson at all. I just do the same thing again.
Well, but I'm scared I'm going to do it again, which is why I was like, what did I do wrong here?
Yeah.
Let me see how I can fix it, because I'm going to have to be in the situation again. So how do I fix this?
I'm snarky and sarcastic.
Yeah.
You learned a lesson.
Uh-huh. And
you learned to always think before you speak.
My words in check.
Yes.
But I'm horrible at it sometimes. Oh, I've said some things that I'm like, I wish I could bring them back in.
Oh, it's the toothpaste out of the bottle theory. Once the toothpaste is out of the bottle, there's no way you can put it back in.
Yeah, I mean, you can try. I've tried, and it's just...
No, it never works.
Yeah, you end up having to dump more out to get that oxygen flow in.
You blow into it, and then you get out of there like, my lips are minty, but like even then, you just made it fat, and it won't go in.
Oh, everything sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Fuck toothpaste, I guess, is the end.
No, that's not the lesson of this. We're not going to leave them with fuck toothpaste, because eventually I want them as a sponsor.
Oh, okay. You know what? Toothpaste. It's good for your tooth. All of them.
Thank you for establishing that this person is brushing multiple tooths.
Yeah.
And not just one tooth.
Well, maybe let's skip over to teeth.
So
yeah, you fuck up and then you should learn.
I think you learned about. I think at that point, she gave you an experience, and then you learned about self-forgiveness.
Did I? What am I?
No. Meaning that you said something, and you were mad at yourself for saying that thing, but then you learned, instead of being mad about yourself for saying that thing, you decided, I'm going to learn a lesson from this. I forgive little Sam for saying this shitty thing to this person and breaking this relationship.
I don't know if I forgive her. I maintain the fact that I was 8. I just said stupid things. It wasn't like I fucked up so much.
Do you have any feelings towards this doctor?
I feel sad that I made her insecure because
no, but that's the point. You feel sad that you made that. You feel yes, but you made her sad. Instead of blaming yourself that you made this person sad, you're realizing, okay, I'm gonna learn a lesson from this. So yeah. It's okay little Sam, that you made this person sad because I learned a lesson from this.
I know. I guess I'm not connecting the two. Okay. Because I still go back to, but I was 8 and stupid, and you say stupid things when you're 8. And no one taught me that's when you start learning things are okay or not okay.
True.
So I just took it as, I'm sad that I broke our trust.
You're sad that you broke the trust.
Thank you for teaching me not to break trust in the future with somebody else.
That's fair. And so, like I said, you learned a lot from that.
She totally fucking flipped around. Like, we were bros, and then she's like, fuck you. And I was like, oh, no.
It's like, yo, you're checking out my girl wrong, dog. What the hell?
Yeah, it was just
I saw you looking at my girl's ass. There's no point in no return.
I still had to get 2 fucking shots after that weird comment. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna be like, oh, yeah, that's...
I was looking at the angle of just kind of like, if I was in this situation, I would blame myself a lot for it. And just say like, oh, Omar, you fucked up. Right? Instead of just being like, all right, little Omar, you said something shitty. That's okay. It happens to everybody sometimes. You're a comic too. You're gonna put your foot in your mouth. By the way, that's part of the job.
Yeah, it's trial and error, dude.
It's trial and error.
You
say something
fall
else
down and then you learn.
I've had jokes that go up there that are offensive when they started, and I didn't know that they're offensive at the time.
Because they were funny to you, and
they were funny to me.
You were doing the basic thing.
No, I think it was more like I don't like. Personal thing, things roll off my back a lot more easier than most people. And I do because that's how we grew up, just shitting on each other. Yeah. There's times where people they can't take.
You grew up being roasted, so
exactly.
You're less offended.
I'm less offended by this. Like, this is how we communicate back in the day. Mm-hmm. But then there's sometimes when I hurt someone's feelings, I feel bad that I hurt their feelings because I'm like, I don't want to cause you pain. Thus, I'm going to take all the blame of it instead, not realizing like that. Like, you're thinking it in the terms of she should know better that you're a freaking child and not yell at you that way. But instead, I'm the type of person that I internalized it and said, okay, I did something wrong. I did something bad. I'm a bad person for doing this. And instead of just realizing, just forgive yourself. That's fine. Well, it happened.
And it could also be the role that person plays. Yeah. Like, part of me was like, I'm never going to see this doctor again. My mom's too goddamn cheap to go back to this doctor all the fucking time. I know what the bill's going to be. It's going to be expensive. And she's going to be annoyed that it's so goddamn expensive. And there's 2 of us doing all these shots? Fuck.
Yeah, too.
So we're never going to see this doctor again. The end. So it just sucked that connection was severed in that way. Like, we left on bad terms.
Do you think that you guys would have been bros if you guys were cool with each other?
I was really hoping I would go back and be like, hey, let me make it up to you. How do you feel about foot massage?
Oh, wow. That's a massage. Yeah. Thank you for listening to the All Regerts podcast with Sam Narani and Omar Gonzalez. Remember this, just because you have regrets doesn't mean you cannot live life as if you have no regrets. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. Goodbye.